guys, so unfortunately I wasn't able to do a live feed on YouTube, only for the simple fact that apparently you have to wait 24 hours for verification. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a recording of the Google stream and post it on here as well as the YouTube page, and we'll make it work from this directional. This is just for me to show you what I'm expecting of you and kind of work through some things. So first off, here on the Google stream, you'll notice the agenda right here. One is a bell ringer. Please make sure you do that. We're going to talk about that bell ringer as well. The other is the chapter readings. I do have chapter 1 scanned, so make sure you do those review questions at the end of the scan. Again, you're just going to do it as a Google Doc and then submit it. And then I do have a new presentation assignment for you as well. Before we actually start talking about all that under classwork, I do want to apologize for my snoring dog next to me. I already woke him up once. He fell back asleep again. He's very lazy. But he's snoring right here next to me, so just try to ignore him if you can hear him. Alright, so chapter 1 scan is on here. Again, I'm focusing on chapter 1 because a lot of you guys didn't do it, so make sure that you're actually doing chapter 1. I will post chapter 15 later this week. Chapter 1 I would like for you guys to get done by the end of this week. Some of the pages you might look at and you might think, oh, it's out of order. It's not. I just skipped over pages that literally just had pictures on them. So if the page only had a picture on it, I skipped over it. That way there was less of me scanning stuff in. So, excuse me. So make sure that you actually do the assignment down here and answer those questions. The bell ringer that we're talking about, which one of you guys already did this, is if you're able to download Revit or not. If you can't, that's fine. We'll kind of work through what we're going to do if you can't. But if you can, great. Continue playing with the software and working with it. There is an option to use your phone for it, which I'm going to try to do a video of later this week. I hope you're comfortable, Dingo. Alright, so the house design presentation. So this presentation you can either do as a poster board or you can do it as a presentation on Google Slides. I don't care what you do. It just has to have these things in it. Don't worry about the rubric in the front. Only worry about these must-haves in here. So first off, it has to be approved by me, the teacher. Don't start the presentation until you get approval by me as to which architectural house design you guys are picking. Chapter 1 has some of those styles in there. There are a lot more that you can use as well in the chapter afterwards. Whew, sorry. Or you can also go on the internet and look up some styles as well. Again, presentation in some manner would be definitely appreciated. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to describe the house design. Okay, what makes it unique? If it's an igloo in Alaska, a unique item would be that it's made of ice. Okay, so that's just one example. If it's a bungalow down in South America, maybe the roof is made with palm leaves. Okay, what makes this house design so unique? What are the pros and cons to the house design? Okay, a pro to a lot of designs are that it's a spacious environment. There's plenty of room to move around. You know, that might be a pro. A con might be is that you only can have that type of house design in a specified environment, such as an igloo. You wouldn't build an igloo in South America. It would melt. So in the same retrospects, you wouldn't build a bungalow in Alaska because you would freeze all the time. So that might be a con, which brings me back to the next question, which is, where is it best suited? What's the environment? Okay. Some house designs work better in certain environments. Okay. You can't build them somewhere else, okay, because you're going to either freeze or overheat. So you definitely want to figure out where that design is best suited. Sometimes it's the environment that affects the house design. So if you go down to Mexico or down south, even to Arizona and different places of that nature, the environment that they have down there affects sometimes even the paint color of a house. So down south, you wouldn't necessarily want a paint color for your house that's super dark, because it's going to absorb too much heat and your house is going to always be hot. That's why there's a lot of light colors down south. In the same retrospect, up here, we kind of struggle with a happy medium between those things. Sometimes we don't want to make our house too light of a color, but at the same time, we don't want to make it too dark of a color, because we have such fluctuating environments during the year. So keep that in mind, that sometimes the environment affects the house design. How energy efficient is the house? Some houses are innately energy efficient, okay, due to their design. So explain that if your design is in such a way that it makes it more energy efficient, make sure that you incorporate that into the presentation. Price average. Some house designs cost more to build than others. For instance, if I was to build a salt box house, it's going to cost less than if I want to build a Georgian style mansion. Okay? There's a big difference between the two. One is small and dainty and cute, and the other is massive, huge, and kind of intimidating. So you have to figure out what their price average is, and depending on where you're building, that might fluctuate too. So make sure you incorporate that if that is the case. How much land does it require? Again, a salt box house requires 1,500 square feet, 2,000 at the most. So it's not going to require that much land. You might need an acre of land to put that on. However, I don't know why I'm so tired. However, a big mansion might require a ton of more land depending on how big the square footage of the house is. So how much land does a mansion require? You'd have to look that up. What is one thing you would do differently with this style? This is an opinion question. It might be that you don't want to do anything except change the door color to make it pop or something. But keep, looking at the different house designs that they have and explain your differences. You do have to source your sites. In this case, I'm going to simply require that if you're doing this on the internet, to include the web page URL in the bottom of the screen, like super small, okay? Just so I know where you got your information from. And that is the requirement for the architectural design drawing presentation. So nothing too extreme by any means. It honestly won't take you guys that long, I think, to work on that. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Again, my email is kwalther@uticaschools.org. So you can email me if you need to. Or you can just private message me on here and we'll go from there. And that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, make sure that again, I am going to post this on YouTube. So make sure that you actually do subscribe. I can talk. Make sure that you guys do subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure that you hit the bell icon so you actually get the notifications for this class. All right. Now, you might get some notifications for the DDP classes as well, but, you know, you can at least ignore those. I'll say right in the beginning which class it's for. So just keep that in mind and make sure that you pay attention to this Google Classroom every once in a while. All right, that's all I got for you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.